Welcome all you sixth graders out there in remote learning land, and we are continuing on with these strange concepts called inequalities. It just means that it is not an equal sign. It is not an equal sign. It is an unequal sign or something like this or something like that. Remember, so less than or greater than signs with the bar underneath mean there is equal, but there's also less than or greater. So sometimes you see the equal as part of this, but they call it inequalities. So let's do number 1 together. This is page 93, and this is in your seesaw activities for this week, starting on May 4th. So we are x minus 2 is less than 12. Okay, let's go over here. X minus 2 is less than 12. Okay, don't worry about what's here. Right now, all I want to do is get rid of that negative 2. I want to isolate my x, right? So I'm going to add a 2 to both sides. I'm going to move my x over, and just for parentheses to make it easier, I'll put a parentheses. Okay, I've got my negative 2 plus 2. Or I could have written it like this. I could have put 2 minus 2. Same thing. I get 0 either way, right? So I end up with x. And then I bring down my inequality sign. And then I have a 12. And I am adding a 2, right? Okay, 12 plus 2 is going to be 14. Okay, so not a lot of steps here. I end up with an x and a 14. Now, how do I read this? I start with the variable, and I read it, x is less than 14. That's what I have to deal with here. Any number that's going to be less than 14 is going to make this statement true. This is our original statement, right? X minus 2 is less than 12. Okay, x is anything less than 14. So let's pick 10. Can I plug in 10 for x? 10 minus 2, that would be 8. Is 8 less than 12? Yeah. Okay, let's plug in another number. How about 0? 0 is less than 14. How about 0 minus 2 is less than 12? That would be 0. That would be negative 2 is less than 12. Yeah, that's great. Okay, now I'm going to draw my number line. So I have x is anything that is less than 14. So I'm going to start over here with my 14. And it's less than, not equal to, it's less than. So I have an open circle here. I'm not including the 14. And I'm going less than 14. I'm going to put a 0 here. I can go way into my negative numbers now, and that still holds true. Let's pick a negative number. How about negative 5? If I have negative 5 plus a negative 2, that would be negative 7. Is negative 7 less than 12? Yeah, it is. So anything here would work, going on to infinity in the negative range. Now, remember, if this had been an equal sign, less than or equal to, then I would have filled in my circle because 14 would have counted for that. But it wasn't. It didn't have that equal sign, so I'm going to keep my open circle there. All right, so make sure on these problems you work everything out like you normally would, and then you draw that number line. That number line is really helpful to see all the possible answers that it could be. Okay, thanks everyone for joining me. Yay, good luck.